see, we ain't just gonna do this, alright? Arca, you really... You really fucking thought. You really fucking... I can't fucking... Arca. So I've been listening to Arca's new thing. Yeah, I've been listening to this recently, and it has been fucking me up. I'm because I just don't see how this is real. How is Arca a human being? There's no way Arca's a human being. She is an alien. We are not in the timeline we're supposed to. I don't know what's happening. I need someone to explain exactly what happens when it hits the fucking 11 minute 55 second mark, and that unbelievably headbang worthy beat comes in that feels completely beyond our human, potential. And then you have that bit around like 55 minutes where like this bouncy ass synth just gets like warped in and out and shit, and then it just becomes a super euphoric rhythm, and it's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand how this shit is possible. This is Arca fully 100% exploding creatively. You thought Mutant was great, you thought Self-Title was great, bro. This is the one where like this is fucking the part where Arca just whispers super close to the mic, "How does one coax?" is the most bone-chilling shit of all time. The fucking weird diva FM radio host that pops up throughout the whole thing is just fucking strange. I am completely losing it! At around 30 years old, her music is possibly the weirdest in the world. I don't know, maybe not. So it's certainly a contender. No other artist truly frightens and thrills me with their sound design in the same way Arca does, and this record puts that on complete full frontal display in typical Arca fashion. Just listen to how suffocating and otherworldly the bubbling pulse synths that pop in from the 24 minute 45 second mark to the 26 minute 2 second mark are, and you will understand exactly how truly fucking mind-bending and ridiculous this production is. I don't know how this is possible. I'm gonna hide in a cave and look up serum tutorials for 9 years. So yeah, this has been labeled as a single by Arca herself, but yeah, it's longer than fucking Blonde by Frank Ocean. Yeah, real catchy single. Bro, imagine if Arca dropped like a radio edit of this track and it was like 2 minutes long. Is this promoting an album then? Is this being listed as a single because it's promoting a forthcoming album? Because yo, we are in for like a 13-hour I can't wait for the 20-hour record. All you need to know about Arca going into this, if you didn't know anything about her music beforehand, it's detailed beyond belief. It's constantly shifting from one manic piece of utterly unfathomable, freakish, textural sound play to another, operating more like a collage of just hellish, futuristic soundscapes rather than traditional beats or songs with, a typical form to them. And this new single is by far her most challenging record yet. It's the last thing Arca released, came out in 2017. It was in the form of her self-titled album, which was her first foray into the world of very skeletal, creepy art pop. And I thought it was really spellbinding, and with the time I've grown to truly fucking adore this thing. And it's easily one of the most viscerally intimate listening experiences that last decade had seen. It's incredibly one of a kind. One of my absolute favorite things about Arca's music is how she takes a vocal sample and just straight up annihilates. This happens many times across this track. The first instance of it that really pricks my ears up happens only 3 minutes in. At this point in the song, these really weird stuttering little vocal phrases just pop into the track. They sound like they're trying to get a full thing out, but they just keep on they just can't help it. They just keep stopping and starting. They're really disjointed, and then they just get plunged into distortion in full-on Arca style. You know how it is. And then a weird little tremolo effect gets placed on them, right? And then it just gets flipped into this devilish fucking drum beat, which has this really suffocating kick drum and this super quick snappy snare. It's just really fast-paced and just dazzling. And in the background, whilst this is all happening, there are these chirpy little vocal shrieks that just sound terrified, and it is so unbelievably evocative. I think one thing this record pulls off really nicely is that it lets its space, its 62-minute long runtime allows for you to just sit in the moment for just enough time for it to really have like an emotional effect on you. Like, it doesn't really swap between one thing to another too quick for it to just feel completely just jarring and insane. Like, you have enough time with every phase of this record to actually let it leave an impact. It's also worth mentioning too, by the way, this is actually a bunch of smaller songs just strung back to back until it just makes 62 minutes. A musical quanta constituted by discrete musical quantums. And here you go, here are these timestamps on the screen are the individual quantums that make up this larger whole. So yeah, I don't know if this is gonna become like a new wave. We got EPs, mixtapes, singles, quantas, albums, compilation. Like, is this gonna be like a new method of distribution? Hey, sure. Recursion is one of my favorite spots on this project, also featuring a very strange vocal sample. It's like this really like hypnotic so you're just hearing that like swirling around your head. It's just kind of like, you're just like, what the hell am I hearing? And then suddenly it just explodes into, again, just distorted, crunchy sound design mayhem. And because it's Arca being the pristine producer that she is, it's every bit as satisfying as you could want that that transition to be, really. And you can tell she's just fucking enjoying every second of it. Like, that's the beautiful thing about this thing. There are so many spots of like this evil laughter pops in throughout the whole thing, and throughout the whole this whole song. You just hear like a really maniacal laugh every now and again. She just knows how freakish this shit is, and is just laughing at the chaos. Like, it kind of reminds me of how I feel listening to Blank Mass's most recent album that came out in 2019. It's just chuckling at the destruction, you know. She knows it's terrifying you. She knows you're fucking intimidated by this 62-minute beast, and yeah, it brings her joy to know that that's the effect it's having, and I love that about this record. And I could go on and on and on about all the incredible little mind-melting moments just scattered across this giant piece of music, but we genuinely just be here forever because it is just that dense. All you really need to know going in is that this record has no care for structure or form at all. It's head bludgeoning and violent one second, patient and terrifying the next, and then embracing pure serenity instantly after. I've been on many walks listening through this monster, and I've just found myself every now and again just slowly halting as I was walking on my path, you know, nonchalantly, and every now and again I'd just stop. Without even thinking, I would just fucking stand there, just lost in this shit, just stunned over how otherworldly it really is. I don't really get how Arca does it. Arca is not a human being. 9 out of fucking 10 for me. You know me, you guys. You knew I was gonna love this shit. Come on, bro. This is me all day. Come on. This is the one. Oh my god. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.